Hello Aquarius and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a reading for February 2023 looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. As always, I've already gone ahead and pulled the Oracle cards and clarified those. I've pulled the Oracle cards for the overall energy. We'll dive into Tarot and it should be good. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to say. I'm going to go ahead and jump in. In your recent past, you have Know Your Worth with the High Priestess. Your intuition, your higher self is trying to guide you to a life that aligns with what it is that you are worthy of. But I feel like you're having a hard time listening to your intuition. For whatever reason, we'll obviously probably dive into that. But in your current energy, this reading has a lot to do with your perception, with your perspective of your reality. Because in your current energy, you have the Hierophant with Step Up and Lead. So this is a lot about taking the wisdom that you've acquired and using it to pursue your path, pursue whatever steps forward that are needing to be taken. Because I do feel like there are steps you're needing to take, but I also feel like it's like you've learned, like you have the tools now almost. Like it's like through your recent past, you learned the tools and now you have the tools to move yourself forward. And then you have breath and perception. We'll get to the immediate future in a second. But this overall energy with breath and perception is saying that, like, I'm going to read this quote. It really spoke to me when I saw it. It says, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." And I really feel like what this is understanding that you're going to have feelings arise. You're going to have fear arise, sadness, frustration, anger. These feelings are going to arise. But it's really important that you don't let your feelings change your perspective of yourself, of what you're worthy of your path, because the best way to do that is to breathe through those feelings and not allow them to change your perception. Because your perception really is your anchor. And the breathing helps you connect with that. Because then you have assessed the situation with the Chariot here. So your next steps, you're going to really need to rely on this wisdom that you've acquired throughout your path so far, essentially. But let's dive in. Let's see. So starting with Aquarius's recent past, clarifying Know Your Worth and the High Priestess. Recent past for Aquarius, clarifying Know Your Worth and the High Priestess. Okay. Look at that. So we're dealing with some self-doubt. You have the King of Wands in reverse with the Hierophant in reverse, and then this King of Swords in reverse. So what this is telling you, because this is the same Hierophant as here, but it's in reverse. So your perception has been in alignment up until now. I feel like what you've been learning, what your intuition has been trying to teach you, is to align your perception of your reality with what you want your reality to become, because our perception is our reality. What we focus on, we attract more of. And your perception in your recent past in particular was kind of more aligned with doubting yourself, your abilities, the universe, your path, whatever the case is. And you were allowing a lot of the emotions that were arising, a lot of the triggers maybe that you were experiencing, to override your truth, your perception, what you want your perception to be. Because this is about creating, with a Step Up and Lead, this is about stepping up and creating your life the way that you want and ultimately deserve it. Now remember, per the law of attraction, as within, so without, as above, so below. It's not the other way around. So you create your reality by how you perceive your reality. If you perceive your reality from a place of lack, from a place of frustration, from a place of doubt, you will continue to experience your reality from that place and therefore attract situations that align with that. If you can perceive your reality from a place of confidence, from a place of certainty, from a place of faith, And I don't just mean faith. I'm not talking about any specific God, right? I'm talking about in the universe, in yourself, in your path, whatever you root your faith in. Having that faith and using that as your key perception will help you create the life that you're ultimately looking for. So this is about overcoming the triggers that your circumstance make you feel, so that you can not become essentially like I don't want to say a victim to your triggers necessarily, but like a kinda like, so that your triggers don't control you, you control your triggers. And that doesn't mean you don't feel them. Of course you're going to feel them, but you don't allow them to change your perception, to change your mind, to to make you second guess yourself. Recent past for Aquarius. Clarifying, know your worth with the High Priestess. Because your worth and what you're capable of is going to be the root of what you believe about your future. The Magician in reverse with the Devil in reverse and the Sun in reverse. So you're doubting. Dang, that's some big energy. I also meant to say at the beginning, so this card, the Know Your Worth card, is a new moon in Taurus. The Step Up and Lead card is a new moon in Capricorn, and this Assess the Situation card is a new moon in Virgo. So lots of earthy energy for an air sign reading. And then clarifying that, you have 3 different major arcanas: the High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Chariot. And then with this message, 3 additional major arcanas: the Magician, the Devil, and the Sun. So this is a big situation that you're dealing with here. A big, call it a cycle, call it a lesson, whatever it is, something really big. You have the capable of shifting your focus based on what you're learning from this situation. Because this is a lot of doubt. A lot of doubt and a lot of not listening to your intuition, but listening to your anxiety or your emotions, listening to your emotions and your thoughts over your intuition. And that's really easy to do. Because this is about understanding that, and I said it before those cards came out, that your worth and the way that you view yourself is the foundation for your belief system, for your results. If you believe that you are capable of achieving your dreams, then you will believe they are possible. If you believe you are deserving, you will believe that it's going to, it's going to find you, because everything that you attract, it stems from what you feel you deserve, what you feel you are capable of. And in your recent past, you were really struggling with some self-doubt. Now, I feel like that's kind of, you've learned a lot through that. And I feel like you've maybe found your place a little bit more. You figured out who you are. You figured out what it is, what your path looks like. And now it's about, attracting your path is the first step, right? Now it's about sustaining what you attract by remembering that what you deserve and what you're capable of. I'm going to probably say that 50 million times in this reading, is how you maintain and sustain what it is that you've attracted into your life. The Moon. Yeah, there's this energy of seeing things through the lens of fear. Letting your fear and your uncertainty take the wheel instead of just embracing the fact that it's almost like I feel like the Aquariuses in this reading need to understand that you're on the right path. Like, you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, you're making the right moves. You just need to have a little bit more faith in yourself. Recent past for Aquarius. The Tower. So some situation, there's the falling away of something, the falling away of some sort of attachment, some sort of situation that needed to happen to open up your energy for what you do deserve. So that's the biggest thing here, because I want to clarify this Tower. I know that I'm going to clarify all these in the extended, but I do want to get some deeper meaning on this Tower here, because I feel like this Tower was a freaking blessing in disguise for you, Aquarius. Yeah, it was some sort of heartbreak, because there you are as the Queen of Swords, but it yanked you out of your comfort zone. And through healing from this, you are now creating a level of faith within yourself so that you can overcome the self-doubt, because whatever fell away, it wasn't deserving of you. It's not deserving of you. Now, it doesn't mean that doesn't hurt, right? And that's why you've got to breathe through those emotions and understand that your emotions, if we let them consume us, they can change your perception. They can change how you view yourself and your path and what you're capable of. Because there's some sort of situation that it needed to come to an end. It either needed to or needs to. I feel like it needed to, though, because this tower is in your past. Let me get current energy for Aquarius, clarifying step up and lead with the Hierophant, please. Current energy for Aquarius, clarifying step up and lead with the Hierophant. Look at that. There's the Queen of Pentacles. Because you're doubting yourself. You're doubting what you're investing your energy into. And maybe you don't want to make a mistake like what you did in the past. Like you made, certain decisions in the past and that led to something falling away. And you're like, every time I invest in something, it seems to not, pan out. It's because what you were investing in your past, it wasn't aligned with what you deserve. Now, what you're investing in now is, because I feel like that's why you have this step up and lead. You're now creating a better foundation for you to build on, because a tower falls when there's not a solid foundation, right? So you are now building the foundation that you need within you so that can then be reflected out in a more stable way. So that's why your perception is such a big theme in this reading, because there's that Three of Wands in reverse again. Current energy for Aquarius. There's the Six of Wands. Clarifying the Six of Wands. Clarifying the Six of Wands. Make sure, well, hang on. Make sure your hope, because I do feel like you're leaning a lot on hope. Make sure, and I'm going to always say this in my readings, that your hope isn't rooted in specific outcomes. Make sure your hope is rooted in faith. When we're trying to manifest, we want to focus on what we want to feel, not what we want to have. We want to focus on the fact that we want to feel safe and secure. We want to feel free. We want to feel financially abundant. We want to feel like we're in a relationship with the perfect person for us, whatever the case is. Current energy for Aquarius. Yeah, so this is shifting your focus. There's a need to shift your focus from what you don't have to what you do, meaning focus on what already exists in your life and focus on your gratitude for those things, because that will help shift your perspective from a place of lack to a place of abundance if you're able to focus on what it is you currently have. I'm getting a little nosy in this reading. I want to clarify this Four of Cups in reverse for Aquarius. The King of Swords in reverse. Don't let your circumstances trick you into believing you're not deserving of what you ultimately want. I feel like you might be hitting some bumps in the road, and this is about making sure that you don't allow those bumps in the road to make you believe you're not going to get there. That's not true, because you have to assess the situation with the Chariot. This is about how your perspective causes you to move forward. don't get caught up on, I don't yet have this, I'm not yet here, I'm still missing this, I'm still lacking this, because the more that you focus on that, the more that you will see that in your life. I mean, that's just the way things go. Call it psychology, call it the law of attraction, whatever you want. That's just the way things go. What we focus on, we attract more of. I just realized this table is like bumping into my camera here. Or is it the chair? It's the chair I had my foot up on. Okay. Immediate future for Aquarius. This is Aquarius's immediate future. Ooh. Aquarius's immediate future. Finding balance. These are two cards of balance. You have the Two of Pentacles with Justice here. This is about needing to assess your situation from a place of balance. In like a really open-minded way. Now, what exactly does that mean? I want clarity on that. Clarifying the Two of Pentacles. And when a card comes out, just for those of you who aren't familiar with my reading style, it doesn't really matter to me if it falls out right side up or upside down. Most of the time I take it that way. Some of the times I'll feel like I was, holding the deck upside down, or cards are supposed to be a different way. So it's whatever I feel intuitively. All right, immediate future for Aquarius. There's the strength. So you've got to draw your strength from your past, from what you've learned. That's what I was feeling, drawing your strength from what you've learned. It's almost like learning from your mistakes, like in a way, like not repeating cycles, learning from what you've experienced and making sure that you don't allow those experiences to repeat themselves. I don't think you will, but it's just going to be really important that you really take a look at your perception from a clear-minded perspective and not rooted, like if you're in a really highly emotional state, do not make any decisions. If you're in a really, overly emotional, overly scared, overly whatever kind of state, breathe through it. Just breathe through it until you get to the other side. Don't take any action. Don't make any decisions, and wait till you get to the other side to find a clear space so that your perception is rooted in clarity and rooted more in your truth than it is in the emotions that you're dealing with. Because I feel like that's where you would have a tendency to make the wrong decision. Not that I necessarily believe we make the wrong decisions. I believe we make the decisions that we need to make to learn whatever we need to learn. But I ultimately feel like this is about making decisions that align with you and align with what you want, not that align with your triggers, if that makes sense. Immediate future for Aquarius. The Eight of Swords. So this is, you are dealing with limiting beliefs that stem from some sort of past experience. So clarifying this Eight of Swords. I'm clarifying a lot of messages for this reading. Clarifying this Eight of Swords for Aquarius. The Nine of Wands. So these are both in reverse. Or this one's upside, this one's in reverse. So I'm holding this upside down. Well, but then there's the Chariot. Same Chariot is right there. So this really is, I don't know. This one is like, it's either like you can make a decision based on limiting beliefs, or you can make a decision based on releasing yourself from those limiting beliefs. It almost feels like, and I get this a lot in my immediate future, that it's like you have assessed the situation. The situation is going to move forward one way or another, and it's going to be your decision on to how. And it's either going to move forward because you're seeing things from a clear-minded perspective, or you're going to move forward seeing things from a limiting belief perspective. And those limiting beliefs, you've spent a lot of time learning about and learning from, and now it's time to put what you've learned to the use, to the test, almost to use, but to the test. Like, it's like you've learned a lot. You have learned a lot. And now it's time to really use that wisdom to make, if there's anything I've learned on this journey, it's that you got to learn things twice. Honestly, sometimes more than twice. But you learn it first up here. You learn the knowledge, you gain the understanding, and then you have to take that understanding and you have to apply it to your life. You have to apply it to your actions in order to then create the wisdom from it, the true deep understanding. That's when you really learn the lesson, is when yes, you can learn it all day long up here, but you got to take that knowledge is useful or useless if we don't use it, right? So you've got to use that knowledge to actually change the outcome, because we learn from outcomes that we didn't necessarily like, right? So you've learned a lot from outcomes that you obviously weren't a fan of, and now it's time to take that knowledge and use it to change the outcome to something better. Immediate future for Aquarius, please. The Justice, look at that. This is really talking about, like, and I had this in a Virgo reading. I think it was Virgo. Yeah. It was almost like a little different, because this isn't necessarily choosing between the past and the future, but this just really feels like it's up to you. Like, you can either choose to make decisions that align with your higher self, or you can choose to make decisions that align with limiting beliefs and repeat cycles. Now, I don't feel like you're going to repeat the cycle. I really don't. I feel like you've learned too much, and I feel like you've experienced too much for you to ever go through what you've been through again. Like, I just feel like you're not going to choose that. It just feels like you're choosing yourself this time, and I'm really proud of you for those of you who that's the case for. All right, Aquarius, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages, dive in deeper to the meaning behind them, get some advice for you guys. Any information on booking a personal reading with me, if that's something you're interested in, is in the description box below. Otherwise, thank you guys so very much. I wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing. I had a hiccup there. I wish you absolutely nothing. Wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing on your journey. And obviously, I hope to see you back in future readings. All right, bye, Aquarius.